Well, you might be able to hear in the background, I've got the furnace going, making up some more student of the week coins, when it hit me that I had some aluminum bronze left over from an Imperial Beskar ingot that I made, and of that material. And I thought, hey, I might have enough here without having to mix anything new to see if I can pour some a couple of coins for student of the week. Just add some diversity to the pile, I guess. And so I'm going to give that a go. Here's the leftover that I've got in my very used copper alloy crucible. And so after I pour the aluminum ones I've got molded up, I will go ahead and pour this, and then we'll see how it goes. So the next scene should be me actually making the pour. I just made a mold enough for 2 coins, which actually looks like it might be about what I have here when I add the runner and the sprue and the vent. All right, let's see if I can make some pretty gold colored looking coins. Oh, just enough. Just enough. Ha, woohoo! That's a praise God moment. Looks like there might be a little bit left in here. There's some slag in the way. Let's see if I can pour that out into the mold. A little bit. Yeah. Ha ha ha! Woohoo! I'm gonna say that it looked like that mold filled the way it was supposed to. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, I'm gonna give that a long time to cool down because it's glowing really nice. I'm not gonna touch it for a bit. Let's see what we got here. One at best. One at best. That's a bummer. That did not fill. All right. If I get one, that'll be good. I'm still going to let that cool down a bit before I even think about taking the bandsaw to it. All right, but that'll be the next shot. Bandsaw and then cleaning that up. Hopefully the other side, the River City Middle School lettering, turned out just fine. If so, it'll be a win. gonna have to film this a little different. I think from the last clip, it did not show me fully cutting this off. It is late November, and it is very, 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 very cold in the shed here. And I thought my batteries were all charged up for my GoPro, but it turns out that they've discharged sitting out here in the cold. And so I've got my GoPro plugged in. So it's actually sitting on the bench here. I'm going to try real hard to keep this in the field of view here as I do the cleanup on this. All right, I think that's going to work. You can kind of see how gold that's going to look when I get it wired up, the wire brush. Although, I kind of like the way that looks right there. It's got a good vibe to it. All right, let me get out the vise and clean these up. Not these, this. Okay, had to pause the music there. I was thinking that was going to get a lot more yellow than it did. It was hanging on to its copper look for a while. That's all right. I kind of like that look, though. I'll just keep going. We'll see what it looks like when it's done. All right, I'm going to have to put on a new wire. I'm starting to fling those wires off. Something fierce. All right, let's keep going. So as I'm hanging out with the wire brush, I kind of like the multicolor effect that it seems to have. I think I'm going to stop right there because I like the way that looks. I'm going to have to start thinking about making a few more of these. That looks good to me anyway. I like that. All right. That works. I'm going to conclude that. I think I'm going to make more aluminum bronze coins. Thanks a whole bunch for watching. If you found this video entertaining, informative, or any such things like that in any way, shape, or form, please like and subscribe. Blessings.